Well, good morning, folks. And this is Granny with Granny and Grumpy's Homestead. And as I had told y'all in earlier videos, I was going to go see Nikki, David, Tyler, and Elena for a few days. And so that's what I did. I came for about 4 days, and I leave this evening. And so what I'm doing is Tyler has some health issues, and I don't think I've ever talked in length or anything like that about it, but he's been sick for several years now. Chronic illness. Yeah, it's a chronic illness thing. And so Grumpy had looked into some things that might help him. And so anyway, what he did was, that's why we have the Ankerstrom bread maker. And of course, I had the Nutri-Mill for a very, very, very long time. But the Ankerstrom makes better bread, and it makes, if you will eat the bread that comes from the machine all the time, it's not the machine that gives the quality to the bread. It's the wheat berries and the grinding them every time, and not buying bread from the store. And so we brought it. I brought everything with me this time so that I can make lots of bread and lots of muffins. Now, as I'll show you, we made, and I'll get a little closer, hopefully you can see this. We made some apple spice muffins. Now this has apple pie spice seasonings in it, and it has, I didn't want to grate it because it takes so long to grate it, and because I have arthritic hands, it makes my hands hurt when I grate for a long time. So what I decided to do was, the recipe said that we could have, we could dice it up into cubes. And so I made little tiny cubes of the apples. Now the apple of choice that I got was, what is the name of that apple? I don't remember.
Honeycrisp?
Honeycrisp. And I have to say, it made a wonderful tasting muffin. But Tyler, Elena, and Nikki, and David, they all like pumpkin muffins. So we started out with pumpkin muffins. Now, I didn't actually let y'all see me make these, because you've seen me make these many times. But here's the pumpkin muffins. We made a whole lot of those according actually to the recipe, exactly to what it said. However, to get, because this family here is high sugar content eating family, we needed to be able to get something that would come close enough to what they're used to, so that they could just get on the road to get them starting to be in a little bit better health. And so what we, that is with Tyler, because Tyler has a lot of stomach problems, and so digestive problems. So anyhow, what we did was, we made up the pumpkin muffins according to the recipe. But then we decided, and he loved them, he liked them, but we decided that in order to keep everybody, because even though he liked them, others didn't like them as well, because they were not as sweet as what they're used to, or close to it anyway. I mean, of course, it's not going to taste like a donut.
I love donuts.
And as she does.
Donuts right now. I could eat one. But...
Okay, so hopefully you can see me now. All right, so we've got a mic on Elena, because you couldn't hear her because I'm wearing a mic today. And so when I have a mic on, you can't hear anything except for like Granny. So, or if somebody else has a mic. All right, so what we did was, when we made the apple muffins, instead of, because it's the same recipe, you just add or take away whatever it is you want to put in.
My hair. It's in my hair.
Oops.
I'm going to put it over here.
Okay. All right. So,
oh my gosh.
So anyway, when I made the apple muffins, and Granny's got to sit down. Hold on.
I might have to move the camera down a bit. I don't know. Yeah, there.
Okay. All right. So, Granny's been standing for a very long time this morning. I've been doing a puzzle. But anyway, so when we made the apple muffins, this is what I want to tell y'all. When you're making this kind of breads to be able to heal the gut, and when you heal the gut, you heal a whole menagerie of problems in your body, because everything starts in the gut. And so when we made the apple muffins, we diced up all the apples. And I put it in it wasn't a huge bowl, but it was a fairly big amount of apples that were chipped up. And so we put probably about 2/3 of the apples inside of the muffins. And then we held out a third because Elena came up with a very brilliant idea, because she is like and what she wants to do in her life's journey is she wants to be a type of designer. Well, that doesn't mean you have to just stick to clothes. You can do it with food or anything. We've had a little bit of a problem this morning with the dog. Nikki's not happy. But anyhow, so the apple muffins, she was going to decorate them, but with the natural apple itself, because she thought that it needed a little bit of decoration. So we left about, I think there was 6 that did not have apples all over the top.
Yeah.
She took the apples and she put them in the apple pie
Glad
spice.
I did that, though, because I'm pretty sure Tyler liked them better without the apples on top, right?
Well, he did, but that's okay because he'll eat the others. I mean, you know, he just preferred it without it. So anyway, we added almost twice the amount of honey. But honey in your body reacts different than table sugar. And because table sugar is GMO'd and honey is not, then the honey, it only helps you because it does have minerals in it, whereas table sugar has nothing. It's totally empty calories, totally everything empty. So when we put the honey in the apple muffins and all the other spices and the things that we have to put in it, you use buttermilk. Y'all know the recipe because it's on the one when I made the apple, and I put it at the end. So you have the recipe. But just adding the extra honey and the extra oil, and we also baked it for just a little bit longer than what it said, because my daughter's oven runs hot. She was afraid to put it on 400. It's supposed to be on 400, but we've left it on 350. So we baked it a little bit longer. They were superb. There was no wetness to them at all that I can remember of. But however, the pumpkin, it was. So this is what I'm going to tell you. Even though your recipe may say 400 degrees for 20 minutes.
It really just depends on your oven. How much
that's right.
Do.
And it also depends on your height from the sea level. So you want to make sure that you just keep an eye on them the first time you're making them so that you get them to where you want them to be. Take out one muffin is what I'm going to tell you after it gets to the 20 minutes, and let it cool down just a hair so you don't burn yourself. But as soon as it's just cool enough where you can't actually eat it, but it's still hot, see if it is wet or if it is dry. Do it according to your taste buds, because your taste buds are important for you to make this work for you.
Oh, and also, couldn't you just take a toothpick and stick it through?
Well, you can, but you can also buy, it's actually better if you go and buy yourself a food thermometer. Now, Nikki has one, but the battery's gone out on it. And so get you a food thermometer. You're supposed to have it up to as high, I think it was 190 degrees. Now, I know that the loaf bread is 190 degrees, but it has to reach that height inside before it'll be done. And so just look on the recipe that I put at the end of the first apple one that I did. And it'll tell you what the degrees were. So when we made the apple muffins, see, I made those there is a lot of hummingbirds out there at that hummingbird feeder. They keep twitting around.
Oh, really?
They're all over the place.
How many do you see?
There's been like 3 out there.
There's usually 4.
And they look like they're green in color.
Yeah. They're really tiny and they move really fast.
They're so beautiful. But anyway, Tyler really, he liked the pumpkin ones. But I think they weren't as sweet. When he compared them to the apple ones won out because they are really good. Now, what I will say is this, is I put a lot of apple pie spice plus Ceylon.
Salami? Oh my God.
No, it's Ceylon, Ceylon cinnamon. And I put a bunch of both. And I believe that the next time I make them, I will put just a little less of the apple pie spice because it has a lot of, oh, what is that?
Cinnamony flavor?
No, it looks like a nutmeg. It's got a lot of nutmeg in it. And it's just a little bit too much for my taste. Now, he never complained about it at all, so he must have liked it. So they'll do what they need to do, and at home I'll do what I need to do because it was just overwhelming to me. But anyway, we are in the process of making another round of loaf bread because Elena's got to do schoolwork. We're going after we finish that, we're going to make an apple pie using the whole grain fresh milled flour as the pie crust. So I've not done this before, but we're going to try it because they need to be eating this particular milled bread, milled grains, because this helps us to stay well. And I will do whatever I can to help them the chronicness to stop. And so anyway, let's get busy. Unfortunately, I hope Nikki doesn't go drink this because if she does, she's going to have some flour in it. My mill, it started making a mess. It started spraying out flour. And I didn't realize it. I was in there doing puzzle. And so when I came back, here I see her coffee's got a light mist of flour over it. So
Let me see.
I got to remember to tell her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That is bad.
And if you love coffee like my daughter loves coffee, you will not appreciate that. So,
I need to have a muffin. I haven't had a muffin since yesterday, and I don't remember what it tasted like because I only got to eat half of it, and then we had dinner. So.
Now, we need to remember when we're making our bread, excuse me, Elena.
Sorry.
When we're making bread, now I really don't know. Y'all have seen me make bread before in the Bosch machine. I don't really know how to tell you. I'm going to do that again at home, but I'm going to make it different than what I used to make it. Just so y'all can see, if you have a Bosch, then use your Bosch. You don't have to go and buy an Ankerstrom for $800. I do believe there's a way to do it in the Bosch that will equate it. And I am going to work on that probably either the latter part of this week or the first part of next week. And so anyway, we're going to go ahead and make a round of bread because we made 6 loaves of bread, but they've already almost completely eaten one round. And I'm going to take one home because I haven't been there to make bread for Grumpy. So that leaves 4 loaves of bread. So she's put 2 in the freezer of the refrigerator. She's going to put the other 2 downstairs. We're going to make another 6. And then I'm going to leave her a lot of flour to make muffins. Now we're going to put this flour in the freezer.
Where are we going to put the other 5?
No, you ate 1. Granny's taking 1. That leaves 4.
Yeah, but you said you're making... right.
6 more, so that'll be 8. We're going to put them in the freezer downstairs, she said.
We don't have that much space in the freezer downstairs.
Well, let's hope that you do. She said she did. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and make this. Now, we'll have to get the camera closer because there's something you need to understand about Ankerstrom. When we're making, and point it to this so they can see it. We may even have to move things around a little bit here. Here. Okay, so in the Ankerstrom, there's this cylinder here, and it has a rubber gasket going around the top of it to go on the inside. As this turns, it turns this cylinder. And this cylinder is what is going to knead the bread. And then it has a scraper right here that comes out. So when you're cleaning, this scraper scrapes the sides down to keep the bread from coming up out of the bowl. And so we're going to go ahead and get started with this. Now we're going to use cold water. Now Sue Becker, because of the way she's doing it and all, she uses hot water, but I don't do that. I go ahead and especially because where Sue's at, she is in Georgia. But the thing is, the facility where she's making her bread is really cold in there because she has a lot of people in there. So she's got to run the air conditioner and make everything really cold when she's making bread. And when she's at home, it's cold too. And it's not as cold in this house or in my house as it would be in hers. So I don't worry about that because I'm more concerned about it killing my yeast than I am about making sure it's hot and then letting it cool down because this is cold, because this is stainless steel. So I just start out with cold water from the sink, or from a bottle in my house case. So let's go ahead and we'll get we have to have 4.5 cups of water. Okay. All right. Now we need, I'm going to have to get my recipe book. I'm not sure I can remember all the ingredients as to how they are. Now, if y'all will look at Sue Becker's video, you will come to understand that in case of gluten, it's been given a bad rap. It really is not what the problem is. The problem is the wheat that we have in stores, the bread and all wheat products, including all the flour that's in the stores. Anything that has to do with wheat is what the problem is, because of what they've done to it and then what they've done to it again. And so she has found, because she's a food scientist, she has found that when she helps people to start making this bread and they have these chronic diseases that they've gotten from eating the bread in America, in the United States, that they actually get well. And it happens over and over and over. The only persons that it won't help is those who are real true celiacs. There is celiacs that aren't real true celiacs, and they actually get well. But a true celiac cannot get well from eating this bread. So don't try it even, okay? Because you don't want to get sicker. Okay, so we've got the water in there. Now we want oil. We want a whole cup of oil. Where's my cup 2-cup measure? You're supposed to put a cup of oil and a cup of honey in. Now, at home, I don't do this. I only put in a half of each because I don't prefer it like that, but I need to do that for this family because Tyler needs the fats. These are good fats. And he also needs that honey. He needs what's in the honey to help him. So always put in your oil first, because when you put your honey in, then it comes out easier. And you don't lose any of your honey.
I think my dog is depressed.
Because she got a bath.
Yeah, she's sitting there like, why life? Oh, buddy. Hello, little buddy. Oh, you're so cute.
Okay. All right. Now we need 2 tablespoons of salt. And then we need 3 eggs. So I have to go to the fridge to get those. Okay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start up the anchor shrimp because in order to put the gluten, vital wheat gluten in here, and to put the sunflower lecithin in, it needs to be running because this tends to, how do I say it? It like, let's slow this part down. It tends to clump, and so when you're putting it in, you want to just kind of shake it in as you're going, as it's running, because it literally about drove me just crazy bad. So I just couldn't even stand it. I like things to mix well when I'm making something, and I was having a terrible time. So the only way I've been able to get it to do right, we need 3 of the left. I think it's 3 of the left. So make sure. Yeah, 3 tablespoons of lecithin. 1. 2. 3. And it just mixes up a little bit better. Oh, it's already in there mixed up. Okay. Now, as that is doing that, I'll get, the only thing I've not gotten out yet is the yeast out of the fridge. So let me put the eggs back in and get the yeast. I need 3 tablespoons of yeast. And I'm putting this into the 4 cups of flour. Now the reason for that is because you're going to dump all of that in at the very beginning first, and then you start putting the rest in. Okay, there's that. You've got to find. Okay, it kind of looks like a batter for pancakes in there at this point. We want to put it in cup intervals. Let it get mixed up, and then we'll put in more. Now when it starts to climb the wall, then we have to get this a little bit closer. When it starts climbing the wall of the anchor shrimp, then we've got to be a little bit more careful with how much we're putting in of the flour. But see, it's starting to climb the wall. So what we want to do is we want to pull it this way, and then we want to semi-lock it into place, because it needs, that just tells us that it's getting close to being ready to, you know, to let it grow, because it has to grow for a little while. We'll have to let it double in size in the anchor shrimp bowl. Then we'll just pour in the rest. I try not to waste any of it. Wheat berries are not most expensive thing, but they're also not cheap. Okay. Now we're going to take a silicone spoon, and we're going to clean up around our stem here. And we have to keep an eye on what it looks like in here. Okay. So, all right. Okay, we're going to let that, we're going to let the anchor shrimp knead the dough for 12 minutes. And so at the end of 12 minutes, now we could go longer if we want to, because we tripled this recipe. And for just the normal recipe, they want you to let it knead for 5 to 6 minutes. So we can go 15 or 18 minutes. So I probably will go the 15 minutes. Which usually only do 12, but we're going to try it for the 15. We'll be back after that's over. Okay, folks. Now I want you to see what it looks like on the inside when it's starting to grow. Looks kind of grossy, but it'll grow bigger and bigger and bigger till it'll come right up at the top of the rim. And it actually will look like it wants to come out. But you just cover it up with a plate, because it has a lid thing, you know, a plastic white lid thing. As Granny is known to do, she forgets things sometimes. So that was the one piece I forgot. So we'll be back in just a little bit, because it's going to take close to an hour probably for it to rise completely. So anyway, we'll see it then, and I'll see you then.
I think the bread rose too much. So this flew up and hit the ground, and there's a mess on the floor. I don't really.
So we're going to take it and do what we're supposed to do to it, but we wanted you to see it before we started cleaning up.
My name is Brian. How are you?
Oh.
What do I do?
Not going.
Oh, you brought the flour to put on the counter.
Yeah. So she's cleaning the counter up real quick. We've got flour everywhere. So
Billy had a little problem. He's
I'm sorry.
He's better now though.
Okay.
All right, that's done. We can start
I named the bread Billy.
with the bread.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna fall. Hey, seriously. I want to touch it. It looks like it's like slime. Oh, chapstick.
Won't you let me do it, Mom?
I'm hoping I can get it coated enough so when it's dropped down.
They're over here.
Yeah.
Come on, they're over here.
Why don't you
Over
bring
here.
them while I work with the dough?
I want to work with the dough.
Are you gonna video it?
It's already
The
videoing.
flop.
So so we've got to get. Oh yeah, it's still tender and soft. It didn't do anything bad to it by forgetting about it.
That's good. I'm glad.
Okay,
Yeah, it feels
now
good. It's very yeasty. I'm gonna put a little more flour. There.
yeah.
That way we can try not to have such a mess here. All right, we need the
here's
thing
our.
to cut it right. It's pretty even.
Whoops.
It's so airy. It's making like sounds. Making like. Sometimes she cuts it.
This one I think is too small. I'm gonna put that with.
Now, folks, what y'all can do is you can get yourself a a weigher. They're called something that I can't remember what the word is, but a scale, a food scale, and you can measure out your dough so that every piece is the same, identical. I don't choose to do that because I don't really care. Grumpy, on the other hand, would appreciate it more if they were all, uniform. But I don't really, I'm not that, caring about it. I just want it to turn out good. That's all I care about.
I'm with her. I don't think it matters if they're all the same size. Definitely not worth the extra effort, in my opinion.
Yeah, because it would just be a lot of
Extra dishes, extra work.
extra everything.
Not worth it.
And when you're old, you got to conserve every ounce you can.
I think this one needs a little more. I'm gonna see.
They're so fluffy.
Looks beautiful. I think this one needs to go a little bit
I like
to
bread and I
that.
cannot lie.
Well, I'm glad that you
bread.
like this healthy bread that Granny is making.
We have like 12 loaves of bread right now.
Do have a lot.
Well,
We're hoping that Tyler will help start getting a little better from the bread.
Having this much bread is a little dangerous, right?
why?
Isn't bread bad for you?
Not this bread.
All right, last one.
Some flour got in my eyes.
Okay, now let's stick whichever one.
This one I think
loaves
is a
we
little
have.
bit
Excuse
bigger,
me.
but whatever. All right. We can clean this mess up.
So much flour. Do we have to wait for these to rise too?
Everything has to rise before it can go in the oven. So you want to preheat your oven to 350 and then lay your bread on top of the stove, especially where the vents are for the oven, because the warmth from the oven will make it rise faster. And I don't know what happened to the blue. There it is.
I'm just trying to get
Blue
this
towel.
flour mess up. I'll
So
clean
we're
the
putting
counter.
there.
My hands are a mess. I'm gonna go get a couple more wipes and wipe that counter down.
Okay, so we're going to show you over here. We placed the bread. Her vents, because it's a countertop stove. We have vents in the back So we've put all our pans up against the back of that. And then we've put our towel over it. And you want a towel that's big enough to cross over the whole thing, because it needs to keep the warmth in from the vents over there that's coming through, the air that's coming through. It's going to make it grow faster. Now, we also will have to put a pie pan in here with ice. And y'all have heard me talk before, and I will say this again, that you want to have a glass bowl. A metal bowl will be fine too, as long as it won't rust. You want to put that on the bottom shelf, and then you place when you put it in the bottom shelf, before you don't put it sliding in completely, you put in two glasses full of ice cubes. And so as those ice cubes start to melt, they put off steam because it's so hot in there. I mean, it's 350 degrees inside. And so it puts off steam inside, and the steam causes the bread to even rise more, which means that it's going to be even holier. I don't mean like holy as in the Lord.
Fluffier.
I mean holy. It's got a lot more holes in it, like store-bought bread would have, that's real fluffy, like the white breads that you buy. And that's why it's soft. That's part of the softening part of it. Now, the lecithin works on helping an agent to be a softener for it. So there's a vital wheat gluten that helps. It's all of it working together. It's also whenever in the anchor shrum, and I can do it in the Bosch just like that, but you can actually, you're mixing up all your wet ingredients, which there's an egg in there. Eggs are a binder, plus they make things rise. So you've got all these things, plus your yeast that's pointing it in the right direction so it gets softer. So we'll come back after it's risen and after we've put it in the oven and baked it, and we'll let one loaf be opened up so you can see what their reaction is to really hot bread. I can already tell you what it is, but they like it. So anyhow, we'll be back shortly. Okay, folks, so it's the tasting. Did I do that right? The taste testing time. And this one is for Nikki, because she prefers peanut butter and honey on her bread to taste it. And what do you want on yours, Elena?
I don't want food.
You don't want any? That's amazing. She's been on a growth spurt.
I'm excited.
I mean, I would
it's nice and warm.
It's warm, but I don't feel good right now.
Oh, okay.
That's scrumptious.
And I got butter on mine. And I got the end piece.
I don't like the crust for some reason. It's just too. What's the word? It's like.
It's very good.
I can't find the word. Hi, lady.
It's very light.
Can I show them, lady?
If you can see, I'm barely touching this, and it's just, it's not dense at all. It's not like hard, heavy bread, which is nice for people who often eat brioche or other white breads. It's nice to have. I mean, I've had a lot of wheat bread over my life, but my kids mostly eat brioche
lady?
bread.
Lady.
Oh, she wants to show you the dogs. Or dog.
Lady, she's not paying attention to me. It's fine.
Anyway. She got a bath today because she's had a mess.
Upset. She is very upset about that bath.
She's mad at us. She's pouting over there.
She's giving us
yeah, I'm not sure Nikki wants to tell you what happened.
It was not a fun morning. Not a fun morning.
It was one disaster after another.
Lady, come here, lady.
It's very good. The bread.
Hi, Daddy.
My mom, you put the perfect amount of peanut butter on here.
You're so
It's a little more than I was putting.
Oh, okay.
It's better with a little more. It's better with a little more. I love peanut butter. For some crazy reason, Elena does not like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, that's not normal. Most kids would love that. But, she's putting thumbs down. But then I can't stand licorice. You know, and lots of
I
people,
don't really like
or root
licorice.
beer,
Licorice.
either one.
I think most
I
people
like-
don't like licorice.
I
though.
like root beer.
Really, you
okay?
think so? Because I know a lot of people who
I'm
love
okay
licorice,
with
but I think
root
it's
beer.
terrible.
I
love
like
root beer,
licorice, okay, but it's definitely
but
not.
I like Dr. Pepper better because the flavor of root beer is just it's kind of
Gross.
eventually after the first few minutes you have it in your drink, it gets kind of
Root beer is
bleh.
one of the only sodas I like, but I pretty much
love
never
Dr.
drink soda.
Pepper.
Yeah.
I love Dr. Pepper.
Try not to have. It's just completely wasted calories. So I try not to drink any soda.
I need to show you guys my duck earrings, so I'm gonna.
Well, that
check
was
out
just delicious.
my duck earrings.
Yes, it's
Now
really
I'm gonna
good.
finish cleaning up.
Oh, she wanted to show you her duck earrings.
I made these. This was cute.
So, folks, we hope that you've enjoyed watching us with making the bread and all the things that we've done today. They're all different videos. So, we hope
Tune
you
in
have.
for the apple pie.
Yes, turn in for the apple pie. And so we hope that you have a wonderful and blessed day. We thank you so much for being with us. And if you like what you see, press the like button, subscribe, share the videos with people, and also send us comments. We enjoy the comments. We love to hear from you. So we love you, but more important,
Fine.
us loving you doesn't mean anything. But more important than that, Jesus loves you, and that means everything. So we'll see you later. Have a blessed evening and a good night's rest. Bye-bye. Oh. Bye-bye.